What up, what up, what up? It is Friday and I'm so happy. Okay, so my Friday was hectic. How was yours? Mine was just like, oh, hectic, but it was good. Very, very good. I saw a smile on my face. But I'm mad at the people from the Vampire Diaries because I have to wait 2 whole weeks for the new one to come on. 2 whole weeks. You don't know me. You don't know how hard for me to do that. But I don't know. I have no idea why it's October 21st, why it's coming on October 21st, the new one. I have to wait. New one won't come on next week, come on the week after that. Maybe because they're trying to get it to be closer to Halloween, I guess, because they did that last season. They did it till it was October 27th. But, I don't know. It looks like a good episode. I've seen the preview for it, but I'm just kind of sad. So, back on topic to what happened last night, because I couldn't get on after it was 9 o'clock. I just went to swing, and then I got really, really scared because my dad was talking about possum and stuff, and I thought I saw one. Let's just get off that topic. So, it starts with Elena just, like, putting on some lipstick or lip gloss or something, and then she closes the door out of her bathroom, and then she's with Stefan and disappears, and you remember what I said, they're fighting, they're pretending, that's why I have 8 words, pretending to fight, pretending that they're, like, about to break up, but all on that note, they were like, I love Stefan and Elena, they were like, Stefan was like, if I say that I can't do this anymore, it really means I love you, and if she was like, if it says, okay, Stefan, whatever, it means I love you too. So, they said that, actually. And then Stefan, they had this, like, little picnic thing because they made, like, a new historical, like, a new site, like, place to picnic area or whatever, this new thing. And everyone got out of school so they could go there and help out. But, never does that in my town. Wish it did. And, Mason Lockwood and Stefan were talking, and Stefan was like, can we call a truce? My brother wants Stefan line again, and then Stefan's like, oh, there's only one of you, 2 of us, because Stefan got kind of pissed off after that. So he's like, okay, and then nothing really happened after that, except Elena, she was just like, I'm going to go talk to Stefan. She was with Caroline, and Caroline's like, well, that's not a good idea, because you know Caroline's, like, listening to everything I say. And then Elena's like, do you love Catherine? But remember, they're pretend fighting, not really fighting. And then, of course, Damon and Caroline were listening, and then Stefan was like, oh, let's not talk about this, we have ear listening, and then ears listening to us, and then David and Caroline, they're just like, what? We're not doing anything. And then they just kept fighting, and then this words, he was like, I can't do this anymore, remember, it means I love you. Hello. And then Elaine's like, okay, whatever Stefan wants means I love you too. So they were still together, and then if you watch, you know Vervain, like, slows him down, the vampire's down, it hurts him. So, Mason Lockwood was getting some lemonade from some little girl. She's like, thank you. Get on my nerves. And then Damon got some, and then there was Vervain in it, and then Sheriff Forbes, who didn't think Damon was a vampire, but wanted to prove it, and then was like, oh, well, he's not a vampire, but she's like, I just want to make sure. She found out because Damon, like, checked himself the Vervain, and then they went into the woods. Stefan and Damon went to the woods going after Mason because they knew he put the Vervain in the thing. And then out of nowhere, I just see Stefan, like, getting shot. I'm like, no! And then Stefan and Damon get shot, and then Sheriff Forbes and Mason Lockwood and all of them go to, like, some slavery thing from back in the 1860s, and they go underground, and then the sheriff's like, oh, Mason, you have to leave. This is an order. I was like, okay, bitch. And then Stefan and then were like, or actually Sheriff Forbes like, we can do this easy way or the hard way, and kept shooting Damon. Stefan was unconscious because he's just he doesn't drink human blood, so he's really weak. So he was unconscious, and Caroline and Elena were looking for Stefan and Damon, and they were in the woods, and then Mason Lockwood's like talking about Caroline being a vampire, and then he just snapped Elena up and was talking about snapping her neck. And then Caroline's like, oh, I can take you, and, like, beats his ass. I was like, go, Caroline, girl. And then they were walking in the thing, and then Sheriff Forbes, Atlanta walks in there first, and then Caroline doesn't go in there because she's afraid her mom will find out because her mom's against the vampires. And, of course, you know Caroline is one. But anyway, Sheriff Forbes is like, you know what, I'm gonna, like, Elena, what are you doing? You don't need to be in here. And then she's like, who's with you? And then of course Caroline jumps out and bites these two guys and beats them up, all these sheriffs. And then her mom's like, ugh. And then Stefan and them are just like, Damon, I'm not gonna go to any other parts because they were really boring. They weren't nothing important. And then they're back at the house, and Sheriff Forbes like, okay, I want the vervain on my system where you can just tell me don't just tell me I'm not, make me forget everything. So she has to stay with them for 3 days until the vervain is out of her system, and Damon can compel her and say, well, you didn't see any of this. And then she's like, Caroline's not my daughter anymore. She's a vampire. It's like, it's not her fault. I was like, that's gonna mean. And Caroline was sitting there watching, and then Stefan has some human blood, and then I was like, Stefan, what are you doing? And then they start fighting, like, for real. And then she starts to leave, and Damon's like, you know deep down that Stefan has to have the blood, whether you want him to or not. So so then it shows Stefan just sitting there, with his head on the thing, his head like this, and he just like all sad because when Lana got in a fight, and he's like, you can come in, and she was just talking about all this stuff, like, he's like, only going to drink a few drops of human blood a day just to get used to it and control himself. And then she gets a knife, and he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, we're gonna go through this together. She stabs her hand, which I think I would have done too, because it's Stefan. He's a sexy beast. With little, and she just, like, he sucks on her hand, little drop, and he stopped himself, and I was really proud. And then they started making out, and then it, like, ended. Well, not ended with them, but you know what we're going to have next. And then it showed Mason Lachlan, and Tyler had finally, I haven't been talking about Tyler. Tyler, he almost killed some chick. I don't even know. They were drunk. But he didn't. Because apparently to trigger the werewolf curse, you have to, like, you can't, it's like, you don't, it's not like the vampires, you don't taste human blood, you just, like, you have to cause someone to die. Like Mason, he was fighting with this drunk guy, and then he just hit his head on the ground, and the guy died. Like, you have to cause the death, and, like, it's an accident, and it doesn't matter if it's purpose or an accident. If you cause someone to die, you're gonna be a werewolf, if that gene runs in your family. And, well, so Tyler gave Mason the moonstone, and then I don't know where Mason, you see this wood in this really nice part, and then Mason gets in, and he's like, here, I got the moonstone, and it's Catherine, of freaking course, out of everyone. I'm like, she's Mason? What? I have to keep watching, and the show is like about to end, like not even 5 minutes, and then she's like, oh good, we got the moonstone, and then they like start making out. I'm like, oh, she is playing him like a fiddle. I don't know what the moonstone does. Apparently it's some supernatural power that Catherine wants it. And then the preview, then the show ended, and then the preview for the next episode is like Elena and Catherine talk. Catherine says her and Mason are gonna live happily ever after. Damon says she needs Bonnie's help. All this stuff happens, which I hope it comes on soon. Hopefully 2 weeks go by fast. And yeah, so it was good last night. I liked it last night actually. But I have a 3-day weekend. We're gonna go on 6 o'clock Sunday. It's my mom. Oh, it's my mom's birthday today. She's 42. She's an old timer. But I'm gonna do this. Happy birthday, mommy. Happy birthday, mommy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I'm not gonna sing. I'm an amazing singer, but girl, honey, I'm not gonna sing. So, happy birthday, Mom. Happy birthday to my dad next Saturday. He's gonna be 49. He's more of an old timer. But it was an amazing show last night, and I have a 3-day weekend, so it did a pretty good day. Even though it was a hectic Friday, awesome Thursday, but I'm gonna start making this video very long, and I'm gonna say goodbye.